Hi, I'm Kathy Barker from Software Solutions, and I hope you're enjoying this collection of videos that I've created about the different types of visualizations there are in Power BI. I'd now like to introduce you to key influences. Key influences is when you want to look at a particular metric and wonder what sort of fields are driving that metric to increase or decrease. So again, there's a lot of artificial intelligence where it's actually trying to analyze what is driving a metric up or driving a metrics down, depending on your data. So for this, I'd like to demonstrate by starting by inserting a new page. So I'm going to just go new page. I want to call this new page Sales Influences. And I'm also going to make that the text box at the top. So text box, and I will paste that in there. Control A and set the font size to 18 and then just resize it. Okay, I also want to make my page look like the other pages, so I'm going to Canvas. I'm choosing white 10% darker, 50% transparency, and I'm ready to add my visualization. The key influences visualization is this button here on your visualizations pane. Click this button and then just resize it. You do generally need a decent amount of space for the key influences. Now what I want to do is I want to analyze my quantity. I want to analyze how much volume is being ordered by different metrics. Okay, so let's go into the fact order details query. Let's grab quantity and let's analyze the quantity. Now I want to analyze if there's an increase or a decrease in the quantity ordered based on what sort of fields. Let's start with ship country, depending on the country. So if I grab ship country and explain by, then it starts running an analysis. Okay, so it's found something. Basically, we've got key influences at the top here. This is what influences the quantity to increase, though I can change that to decrease, but let's just stick with increase. It believes that if the ship country is Austria, then the average of the quantity increases 18.6 times. There is more chance of more volume being sold in Austria. And in fact, if I look at the left-hand side of this, I can see the average is 22.88. And this is based on counting the order details. And Austria sits at 41. So quite a big difference. Show only values that are influences. If I tick this option here, it basically says Austria is the only one that is a major influence. And so I can untick that as well. Okay, whereas if there's a decrease in the quantity ordered, it's usually because there's 14 times more likely if it's Argentina, 13 times more likely if it's Norway in terms of a country, or Spain, or Mexico, or France, 6.7. And as I click on things, you see it change on the chart. And again, I can tick this option here. And basically, it believes that those 5 countries, if you ship to those 5 countries, there is a good chance there will be a decrease in the volume ordered. Right, now what I want to do is add another field. Let's change this back to increase. Let's take this tick off. I want to add another field to my explain by. I want to explain it by the name of the shipping company. So I'm going to drop that in here. So if the name of the shipping company is Quickstop, there's a 23.17 chance of an increase in the quantity ordered. If it's Ernst Handlin or Save a Lot, or the country is Austria. So it's trying to analyze the data and give you statistics explained by either country or by the shipping company as to what causes an increase or a decrease in the quantity, data-wise. I can add another one like Ship City and explain it by Ship City as well. So the more you add, the more it explains it by different variables. Now, not only have you got key influences, but you've also got top segments. So if I click on top segments, for example, this is the first segment here, 42, two segments were found. And if I click on the first segment, it's the ship name is Save-A-Lots. In segment 1, the average quantity is 42.74. This is 18.93 units higher than the overall average, and there's the overall average there. If I click on this segment, I get information regarding Austria. I can go back to key influences here, top segments here, and I can hit the X here if I want to go back to just clicking on the circles. Have a look at data that makes sense to you and see if there's any key influences on why your data is increasing or decreasing.